Welcome to Watcher DM. I'm Gabriel. Today I am continuing my series of videos on the Tome of Adventure Design Revised Edition by Matt Finch of Mythmere Games. In this series I go through the Tome of Adventure Design section by section and show you how you can use it to create various things for your role-playing games, including D&D, but also any role-playing game. Today's video we're going to tackle traps. But before we get into this, I want to ask you if you would hit the like button on this video. It helps extend the reach. Or also you could hit subscribe if you are interested in getting more of these videos, and hit the bell icon if you'd like to be notified. If you want to get early access to these and my other video content, as well as some other kind of unique things that I make, you can go to patreon.com/watcherdm, and any paid tier will get you that access. And if you want to support me at a free tier, that would be amazing too. I post some stuff for my free patrons as well. All right, let's dive in to traps. So I'm going to read this little section here, and then we'll dive into some tables. Traps are divided into basic traps, which usually offer a single type of risk, and complex traps, which involve more than just the trigger plus result profile of a basic trap. Basic mechanical traps without any sort of complicated trigger are the classic hallway traps. When they are concealed in items or have complicated triggers, basic mechanical traps are the staple form of a room trap. Rigged natural features, a basic trap, and all complex traps are more unusual, but they can be some of the most memorable parts of a dungeon level, as long as they aren't overused. Too many traps can spoil a dungeon adventure by slowing the characters and the pace of the adventure down to a slow and boring crawl. Okay, so some guidance there on when to use traps. But let's go ahead and roll up a quick basic mechanical trap and see what we get. So I rolled a 31 on the basic mechanical traps table. So we'll say basic trap, and we got 31, which is floor tilts towards something unpleasant. I'm just going to say tilts toward danger. It kind of reminds me of the Flash Gordon fight on the big tilting platform where the spikes were coming out and stuff. Tilting towards a bottomless pit, tilting towards a spiked pit is really good. But you don't have to do that. You can also do some really fun stuff with it tilts towards maybe a moldy wall, or it tilts towards a river of sewage. It doesn't have to always be damage to be to create the desire for avoidance, I guess. All right. So that is the very basic mechanical trap. And then we get a concealed. So concealed table. So if you want a concealed one, you roll on 126 and 127. So we'll go basic trap, concealed, and we'll roll for those. So the first part here will be a 96. Nice. And the second part will be a 42. Very nice. 69, 420. Okay, so 96 for the mechanical trap component is walls close in. And it is concealed. Oh, I guess there is. So trap concealment is one, and then complicated trigger is another. So we'll do both rolls here and see what we got. So 42 for concealment is door hinges. Weird. And then complicated trigger 59 is pressure plate. When depressed, the trap is activated. Okay. Jeez. I can write today. Pressure plate. Activate on depression. Man, I wish my traps would activate on depression. Okay. So I think that kind of is a reasonable look at some of these. But let's try flipping some of these numbers and see if we can get any interesting combinations for this base, for a little basic trap here. So 69 is... Oh, whoops. We need the basic trap table. Okay. Snare or noose pulls up. Ooh, like that. So 69, 24, 95 will be snare or noose pulls up. And then 24 for concealment is carpet or rug. Oh yeah, I kind of like that. Like the carpet is on the ground and gets pulled up to the ceiling and takes you with it, kind of snare. That could work really well. And then 95 is tripwire activates trap when pulled. Okay, so tripwire activates. So yeah, I kind of like this one. I think this one makes a lot of sense. You've got a rug or carpet on the ground. It has maybe a hidden tripwire in, on top of its design. It covers most of the floor, and when the party trips the tripwire, the whole carpet gets lifted to the floor, pinning them to the ceiling. I think that sounds like a lot of fun. What a cool trap. Okay. Let's go back to our table here and see what else we can find. So there is, so we've kind of covered these two tables. Then there is the basic trap rigged natural feature. That is table 134. Basic trap rigged natural features. Excellent. Also worth noting here, you're probably noticing that I'm abbreviating some stuff. When you're doing notes like these are for you. Nobody else is going to read this. You don't have to worry about it. So be as terse or as punchy as you want if you don't want to blow a bunch of time doing stuff. You are free to prep in your own way. Okay, so we have the above traps tables are great for generating a huge variety of mechanical traps, but sometimes a trap is constructed by taking advantage of an already existing, inherently dangerous feature of the terrain, and making it more dangerous for people who don't know the right way to handle it. For traps like these, roll on the following table. There is a repeat of one of the trick tables, which is a repeat of one of the trick tables, but used differently. Oh, interesting. Okay, so dangerous feature that can be rigged. So we'll roll a d100 for our dangerous feature, which is 20. And then we'll roll for the method of rigging the obstacle, which is a 33. So 20 is a crumbling floor. And 33 is something compels you into it, e.g. a magical charm. Compelled to enter. So maybe there's, I really dislike the idea of a magical charm compelling you to enter. but I do like the idea of luring you to enter. So maybe there's like a treasure on the other side of the floor, kind of stashed, or like a wand or something that would entice the players to go check it out. Or you could do like some kind of trickery where you're like, oh yeah, they cast Magic Mouth and made it sound like a baby crying, on the other side of this thing. You go walking across the floor and boom, it crumbles underneath your feet. Kind of like that. And then if we swap 20 to O2, we get Chasm Blocking Path, which, yeah, I don't know how that would work with Compelled to Enter. Like, how do you convince someone to yeet themselves into a chasm? I don't know. You're a DM. Get creative. You'll figure it out. All right, let's check out our next table. So basic trap magical is table 3135. So we will go to that table here. Basic traps magical. Okay. Basic traps magical. Excuse me. Okay. Profile of trap, magical trap trigger, magical trap effect. So, we got a 96, a 79, and a 41. Okay. So 96 has a mechanical trigger. Simple, such as a tripwire, and a magical effect. So roll on column 3. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it uses a simple trigger. So I would actually need to roll on the basic triggers table for that. So let's look if we can find... Okay, so... Oh, that's complicated trigger. Do we have basic triggers? Nope. So yeah, we'll use a mechanical trigger, just a regular one. So 79 on complicated triggers is Spring Releases Trap. Okay. And the magical effect is Enchants. Interesting. Magical effect. Enchants. Huh. Yeah, I don't know what you would do with that. That seems like maybe a miss. There's some things obviously you could do with it. So like you could imagine maybe a spring shoots out like a love potion or like an enchantment dust that charms the party. Could be fun. Or confuses them. Yeah, not sure. Let's try flipping it though and see if we get a different result. So 69 is am I right here? Magical trigger, column 2, magical effect. So that's what this first table is the profile. This tells you which things to roll on. Although this is funny, this mechanical trigger, simple such as tripwire, literally expressly says not a complicated mechanical trigger, so whoops. And then if we do 97 on this table, so temperature alteration, including body heat, activates trap. That's kind of cool. And then this would be 14 in reverse, so it confuses. Okay. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I don't feel like this table is doing a lot for me. But, I think with the right amount of time and effort, you could probably figure out some fun stuff to do with it. Let's roll on this Magical Traps Special Effects table to see if we can get anything fun for either of these. Kind of spells out what we're looking at here. 94 gives us thunderclap. Okay, so with a clap of thunder, it enchants you or confuses you. That confusion could be cool. Okay, that is magical basic traps. Let's try making a complex trap. Let's see what happens if we just roll as presented here. So complex traps are traps with 4 or even 5 elements. The draw. The first stage might or might not be present. It is a mechanism that brings the party into the area where the trap can take effect and or trigger the trap. The prison. The second stage is virtually always present, an element that holds the characters in place or in a particular location. The kill mechanism. The third stage is an element that kills them slowly in that location. The kill switch, the fourth element, which is virtually always present, is a slow kill trap, is a kill switch or mechanism of escape. And then the complication, the fifth element, which will not always be present, is a distraction or complication. Now, the overall profile here is rolled using a d6. So we're just going to roll a couple of d6s here and see what we get. So, first stage, we got a 4. Second stage, we got a 4. Third stage, we got a 3. Fourth stage, we got a 2. And fifth stage, we got a 5. So, that means that the first stage is greed. So they're drawn in by something nice, treasure or something. The second stage, the prison, the party is physically divided from each other. So divide. The third stage, we rolled a 3, which is slow moving mechanism. The fourth stage, we got a 2, which is a mechanical escape hatch. And 5 for the fifth stage, we got a backup third stage kill. So roll a second time, column 3. So that's 1. Progressive gas effect. Progressive gas. Classic. Okay. So, physical draws, forms of trickery. So, I see. So that's if we had rolled this here, but otherwise in this case it's just treasure. I don't think that there are any sub-rolls we need to make here, because we didn't really roll anything. I guess the slow-moving mechanisms, slow-moving mechanical, we can roll that. So let's roll our slow-moving mechanical kill mechanism. We got a 46, which is slowly increases heat or cold. Cool. Kill switch and escape hatch. Let's see, what did we roll for that? We did not get a kill switch or escape hatch. We got a mechanical escape hatch. And then we also got this progressive gas effect. So let's roll that as well. It's a 95. Progressive gas effect. Periodical loss of hit points, random number each time. Okay, so here's what I'm imagining. I think this is like maybe there's some liquid gold or some other strange material that's being kept in this vault. The party goes in, the door slams shut, preventing one half of the party from interacting with the other, and the whole place starts to fill with, basically a cold gas that is simultaneously freezing the place, but anybody who's stuck inside the vault is also taking damage from not being able to breathe. So that seems like kind of a fun way to interpret our little complex trap here. And I think that finishes off our exploration of the traps section of this book. I hope you enjoyed making this with me. I hope you will come back. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more of these videos, you should hit the subscribe button. I'm also doing some flip through and review content every Tuesday. You'll see those videos come out. And those are always adventures, modules, or supplements that I have actually used at the table or played in as a player. So that's the Watch Your DM guarantee. If you want to support the channel, of course, you can go over to Patreon and be a patron there if that's what you're into. Or if you want to get stuff for your backing that is more tangible and direct, you can go purchase any of our adventures or games on watchyourdm.com. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks for playing.